Okay, so now we're starting episode 4. Okay, so last episode, we met Aiko, and now we're outside. How you doing, Kishinuma? Ready to head home? Oh, not just yet. Let's explore then. Alright, just let me know when you're good to go. Might as well. Probably the only chance I have right now. I have swore I just saw something moving under the trash can. What? Oh wait, is that different? It must have been empty out recently, as it's completely clean inside. Smells only of the plastic bag. He's late. Seriously, what is he thinking? That boy needs a boot to the head. I swear. Female student. You're just some random female. I don't need anything right now. Let's check over here. Ah! There's a human arm poking out through a hole in one of the garbage bags. Though a closer inspection is from a mannequin. Mannequin. I wish I could turn the camera, but you can't. Alright. The sign of the door reads, "Closed for the day," though this building has actually been vacant for years. This used to be a photo studio, I think. Looking around, just looking around. Ooh. Is the owner of the house happy? Obviously, they're experiencing the daily joys and hardships of life, like everyone else. But do they really understand what it all means? What it all means? What? So, oh, I can't go over here. Okay, so I guess it's just... Okay. Let's go look around. Oh, I'm getting tired. No. Ah, the hidden stamina bar. Alright, is anyone over here? I remember running up these stairs with Mayu Suzumoto. At the time, it never dawned on me that the legitimacy of those memories could ever be called into question. Why would it? When you graduate, transfer, or get married, you're always still able to see one another as long as you're both alive. But in this reality, it's as if Suzumoto never even existed. Yeah, that's a good point. Pretty much in this world, those never happen. Those events. Oh. No, I really like having Ayumi as the main character. Where are all the people? The streets seem unusually quiet. Is it just because of the late hour? Yeah, it's only her and that guy. That stalker over there. Yeah, this guy. Alright. Okay, I guess that's it. Let's go. Oh. Yeah, I think that's it. I guess we just go home now. Ready to head home? Wait, let me speak to that girl one more time. She's just gonna say the same thing. He's late. Yep. Just making sure. Come on then, let's go.
Tadaima. おかえり。
今日の変死速報です。死亡した岡部さんは背骨が折れた状態で都内のこの場所で発見され、
Another broken spine? At this location, it looks like a forest? Oh no. This is a map. Oh, it's a Tokyo map. Tokyo map was displayed on the television screen, marked with 2 red dots. The mark hue at the bottom provided the headline. Sudden violent deaths remain unexplained.
ご飯はまだ少し時間かかるから、先にお風呂に入りなさい、あゆみ。
What's that over there on the ground? By Yumi's feet. Well, not really by her feet, but yeah.
うん。
Just in front of her. Without thinking, I left the socks. Yeah, I was like, is that socks? Yeah, that's what she was taking off earlier. I left the socks I just removed from my feet on the living room floor and began walking toward the bathroom.
これ靴下
I love leaving my socks around the house because I'm lazy. This is a bad habit of mine. It's so ingrained within me that it had almost become ritual. Huh. Mother did well to have caught it so quickly. I grabbed my socks and left the room.
みんなの魂がいる天神症でブックオブシャドウズを使えば今度こそ生き返らせることができるかもしれない。
What happens if you accidentally bring back those who shouldn't be brought back? Like I'm thinking of Sachiko. What happens if you bring her back by accident? Oops, that is good. I set my bag down in my room, quickly and automatically grabbed my sweatpants and spats, and made a beeline for the bathroom. When I got there, I threw my socks into the hamper with purpose. Then I began peeling off my school uniform. As I observed myself in the mirror, I began to murmur, I'm beautiful.
障害反動もしあれがまた起こったら
So that's to scar her neck. Those burn marks on my neck and arms were eternal reminders of what I'd been through at the Shinosaki estate. I could clearly remember the agony I went through as they formed. I remember watching them sear into my flesh out of thin air, blood spurting from them as if I'd been knifed. I only survived because Hinoe sacrificed herself in my place.
やるしかないじゃない。
I tried to force self-confidence into my expression. When it wouldn't come, I slapped my cheeks hard. It was in me somewhere. It just needed to be yanked out into the open.
あなたが頑張るのよ。
I lowered my head into the water into the water ever so slightly, blowing bubbles in the water with my mouth. The pros and cons of returning to Heavenly Host were racing through my head. You know, is that like, you know, my bladder is always full, ever going to come back? Most likely it will, but yeah.
奇跡の力。確定した運命に挑む力。篠崎の末裔。私がやらなきゃいけない。みんなを生き返らせてみせるわ。
I guess she's just so busy concentrating on going back or not that she forgot.
ブックオブシャドウズのありかさえ分かればすぐにでも。
ブックオブシャドウズのありかだ。相変わらずずれた感性してやがんな。
Why are you in here? Darn, you know, I wanted to scream too, but, you know, forget it. This was just about the last thing I expected. I couldn't help but scream. It was that same boy who found his way to my room last time, wearing the exact same clothes. He spoke to me without once turning his head to look in my direction.
涅槃を知ったか。やっと悟ったようだな。てめえの宿命ってやつを。
I don't have to do anything. Shut up! Stop trying to force me that direction, down that road. He smiled, still facing away from me, as a confident yet sinister grin.
あなた、
音行のまじないなんて基本中の基本だろうが。いちいち驚くんじゃねえよ。
Heidi's one's presence? So you've been here all this time or something?
それよりもだ。忘れんなよ、それ。運命に課せられたてめえの責務だからな。その末裔ってとこ。
あなた
あ
警察呼ぶからこの変態ストーカー扱う
My face had to have been as red as fire by this point.
うるせえよ、この父なし女が。誰が痴漢だ。幼児みたいな体しやがって。てめえみたいな貧相な体、見ても何も面白くねえんだよ。
Washboard, you say? My head felt like it now housed all the blood from my entire body. I imagined myself white as a sheet below the neck and flashing red above it, on the verge of a megaton explosion. Pretty much my head was gonna explode.
いいか、よく聞け。ブックオブシャドウズは涅槃の中に戻ってる。てめえが篠崎家で失敗したあの時にな。
What? It just somehow ended up in Nirvana? I don't really like calling it Nirvana. I already call it Limbo, but I don't know if that's an appropriate name for it.
ほら、
It just sounds cool though, calling it Limbo. He handed me the dotograph from Aiko.
いつの間にこれが何だっていうのよ
I would have been like, can we have this conversation elsewhere?
よく見ろ、節穴の女。ここだ、ここ。
Well, I'm not a girl, so I guess I wouldn't really mind. But just say. I grabbed the photograph from his hand as aggressively as I could muster, then backed away away slightly, putting as much distance between me and him as humanely possible. No, it's humanly. It's not humane. I believe humanely is spelled with an E. It was definitely the same picture of the little girl holding the hatchet that Aiko had shown us earlier, but I now noticed that she was holding something in her other hand too. Oh, great. I feel like these are fake. Okay. There's a hardbound book around the size of a typical desk dictionary, and though I could barely make it out, there was a certain aura to it that looked an awful lot like a face. Wait, what? Awful like a face? Where? Her face?
これは
力を使いたいなら、もう一度涅槃を。いや、天神小学校と言った方がいいか。すぐにあそこへ飛んでその本を手に入れろ。そうすりゃ。
It's really bugging me now. I really want to go back and read that. I'm pretty sure it was a book, right? The book's supposed to have a face on it, right?
お前の願いも叶うだろう。
He stuck out his hand and pointed directly at my face and slowly lowered it down toward my abdomen. He was now inexplicably pointing at my lower body, but as soon as I started to get self-conscious, he flipped his hand over and opened it, exposing his palm. He's pointing to my abdomen, like, because again, like I said last episode, when she talked about how her bladder always felt full. Maybe it's not a bladder. Nah, whatever. There's another piece of 10 yen gum cup there, the same kind as before. I'm not sure why I took it, but I did, without even thinking. You took his 10 yen gum. I don't know, I'm thinking of something, but I don't know. I don't really want to say it. Maybe it's not that. As soon As soon as the exchange was made, he immediately turned towards the bathroom window, apparently prepared to make his escape.
あなた何者なの？どうして私に？
What's with the gum? My questions seemed to stop him in his tracks.
教えてくれるの？
I think you should know that by now. They don't ever explain anything. I wasn't about to drop my guard, especially given the obvious advantages boy had over me. Everyone has an advantage over you. Can't ever let your guard down. But he didn't seem like he'd come to attack me or anything. Rather, it's almost like he was trying to lead me to somewhere, to show me the way. Yeah, for his own benefits.
今はまだ話せない。
I have no idea what his goal was. He turned his head toward me just enough that I could catch a brief glimpse of the eyes beyond his hood. They were ice blue in color, but gentle and sincere. Really? Doesn't seem like that to me, but okay. He smiled once more as he leaped out the bathroom window. I was kind of dumbfounded. I had no idea how to process what had just happened. First of all, I should get trust.
どうしたの、あゆみ？大丈夫？
That took you long enough, Mom. I screamed like an hour ago. I don't know, but Mom barged into the bath, brandishing a broom. It was probably the first thing she could find with which to fend off potential intruders. Too bad she hadn't. Too bad she hadn't been just a moment quicker. All I could do was squat on the cold bathroom floor and stare at her with hollow eyes. There was no way to adequately explain any of this to her. You need something better than a broom. Do you have a tool shed? You should get some tools. It was late at night and I still hadn't bothered changing out of my school uniform. I needed food though, so I decided to help the convenience store on my way back home. It should have been read like this. It was late at night and I still hadn't... Let's see. Oh, and the game couldn't afford to... let's see. Create any new clothing for me. For my character sprite. Alright, so I pick up a bottle of olives, a pack of tofu, some mineral water, and other various things to keep me going for a while.
なんだこりゃ。
I could hardly believe it. There was actually an occult section at the... What? At the damn mini-mart with all kinds of stupid stuff like spirit talisman magnets, and anti-demon wards. I grabbed one off the shelf at random and looked at the company logo on the backside. PL Promotions Co. Inc. PL. Paranormal Liability Promotions? I don't know. Oh, I know. Paranormal Liars, yes. For these last 2 months as we gotten back from Heavenly Host, it seemed like there was a real spiritual boom going on all over the world. Huh. However, we live in a strange world. Really strange world. Whenever there be a strange death or something, the public would be all over it. Downright excited about the possibility that it might be supernatural in nature and not afraid for their life. It was all over TV shows and magazines too, with independent researchers checking out spiritual hotspots and giving fancy new age advice to people just to boost ratings or sales. Wow, bunch of dicks. Not really, I mean, I guess you gotta go with the times. I'll probably start doing that too, if something like that happened. Start adding, let's see, spiritual advice or something on my YouTube. That would be hilarious. And now, this exorcism merchandise, next to pre-packaged cupcakes and ready-made dinners. I bet there are people who did that. You post videos, spiritual advice.
コンビニでお札が買える時代かよ。ちょっと前までならこんなもの見ても気持ち悪いって笑えたんだろうけど、今じゃそんな風に笑えなくなっちまったな。
I still laugh at it. If anything, I would find a more legitimate group. Like someone, you know, someone more trustworthy. The talisman from a mini mart.
こんなの本物相手に聞くのかよなんて思うようになるとは。
The item I was examining happened to be one of the spirit talisman magnets, seemingly the last one in stock. An old lady suddenly reached around me from behind and yanked it right out of my hand. Wait, what?
どう
Who's like this old lady? She glowered at me for a moment before taking her prize over to the register. Whatever. And I just stood there staring blankly at her as she walked away. Crazy old coot.
なんだがよ。
Get with the times. Oh, I can move. Oh, wait, what? It's a withered banquet of flowers. He doesn't have a voice there, right? Oh yeah, I heard there was a serial killer who recently done in a middle school girl around. What? These were probably left in memory of her or something. It's pretty messed up. Recently done in a middle school girl. Was that girl just the one from earlier? Oh man. Are you gonna freak out too? Oh, there's a cat this time. Whew! Just a cat this time. Thought I feel like an idiot now. I'm so glad I checked this earlier. It's late. I just want to go home, I think. Wait, same thing? Yeah, it's the same thing. I don't know. I just want to see if it really will to do the same thing. So, dude, their burnable trash from home in here again. It must have been empty out recently, as it's completely clean inside. Smells only in plastic. Yeah. Anything over here? Is home this way? It's late. Oh, okay. No, it's not this way. Let's go. I just don't want to miss anything.
岸沼くん、
Shouldn't be that hard of a game.
篠崎、何してんだこんな時間に。家に帰ったんじゃねえのかよ。
I had to wonder, where are we gonna go back to Heavenly Host? Kinda wanna get there now, just to see what it's like. It's probably very dangerous.
うん、ごめんね。こんな遅くに。アルバイト？
ああ、今日は遅番だったからな。で、まさかずっと待ってたのか？なんか悪かったな。
うん、平気。
Were you chasing that boy? Nah, why would you? It was actually a really chilly night. I could see Shinozaki's breath dissipating around her chin in short, frequent bursts.
平気じゃねえだろ。震えてんじゃねえか。嫌じゃなければ寄ってけよ。シャくらい出してやる。
うん。
You're here for more than that, aren't you? And I don't mean on the bed, I mean, you know, the whole... Let's see, my room was on the second floor of the apartment building. I hadn't been expecting guests, but I had just tidied up for my own sake a little while back. So it was fairly presentable. But yeah, I mean was it Magamata Tamas? Shinozaki immediately sat down on my bed and began sipping the tea I made for her. She was holding it in both hands, probably less for politeness and more just to warm them up.
美味しい。
変だろ。妹がいつも送ってくんだよ。いい茶話。
The sound of a large truck driving by seemed to catch her off guard. She was clearly a bit jittery, unsurprisingly, all things considered.
こんな時間まで工事してるんだ。
ああ、年末近くになるとこういう意味のない工事増えるな。うるさいわ、眩しいわで寝れやしねえよ。
大変。
That's it? That sounds really annoying. Sip! Time passes by as snail's pace. Shinozaki continued to sip her tea, never once remove her either hand from the warm cup. She definitely has something on her mind. Something had happened. It was written all over her face, and yet she won't say anything. Yeah, to be expected, I guess.
親に断ってきてんのか？
ううん。あ、連絡は大丈夫。
そうか？
うん。
Yeah, I'll be staying at my friend's house today, Mom. It's a guy. We'll be alone together in his room. Shinozaki was in my room. I dreamed about this before. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the grammar is pretty off. I mean, I should know, right? Because I thought, you think it would be, I dreamt of this before or something. I dreamed about this before, but never thought it would actually happen.
松か。なんだな。
I think it's also because of grammar in here that's making a lot harder, like making my job a lot harder than it already is.
いや、どうしたんだよ、こんな遅くに。なんかあったのか？
うん。ね。
She's made her decision, right?
はあ？今から展示場に行くだ？
You know, I don't think he's mentally prepared, actually. Yeah, she might be, but I don't think Yoshiki is at all. And if they're gonna go back, they should at least get some supplies, right? Maybe a flashlight. Enough batteries, so I don't have to go look for batteries. I was half acting as, admittedly, this was entirely unexpected. Shinozaki may be a lot of things, but unpredictable is not among them. Unpredictable is not among them. Yeah, but I admit, I predict this too.
お願い。
で、この石を取りに来たのか。
Can we like bring a weapon or something? I don't know. Okay, they're ghosts. Maybe it won't help, but I took out the ever after stone that I stolen from Aiko. To be honest, it might just do more harm than good, actually. You bring a weapon along.
いいか、篠崎。確かにこの石はさっき光ってたし、何か力はあるかもしれねえ。だがよ、もう一度あそこに行ったところで何をどうできるんだ。また出られなくなって下手したら今度こそ死んじまう。そうなりゃここでのお前の存在まで消えちまうかもしれねえんだぞ。
I tried to be as strong and commanding as I could possibly muster. I needed her to realize what bad idea this was.
私の存在なんていい。それよりみんなを救いたいの。
救う？
黒の本、ブックオブシャドウズのありかが分かったの。
Yeah, it just so happens to be on the other side. Hmm.
さっき言ってたあの本のことか。
見て。
She had that dotograph thing from Aiko with her, and she was pointing to the little girl's left arm.
私たち実はもうさっき見えていたのよ。この女の子の左手のところ、それがブックオブシャドウズよ。
I didn't have to look very hard to see it, but that means she has it
本
right.
か。確かに持ってるな。それでこれがブックオブシャドウズだっていう確証はあんのかよ。
We're gonna, more importantly, since she has it, we're gonna have to pry it from her cold dead hands.
ないけど、でも多分間違いないと思う。
多分ってお前。
天神賞へはね、この本を取り戻しに行くの。そしたらみんなの魂を涅槃から解き放てる。鈴本さんたちを今度こそ生き返らせることができるわ。
That's too good to be true for your world, because your world's pretty much hell. How could I argue with that? There were so many assumptions being made, but she was so sure of herself, so certain that this would work. She wasn't about to listen to reason. Yeah, like I just said, the world that you live in is hell, so... Good things possibly can't happen without consequences. Dire consequences. Shinozaki shook her head fiercely, like some sort of violent shudder. It almost seemed like she was trying to shake something loose from her mind.
つか、そもそもこんな石で本当に展示所に行けるのか？あの女、庭愛子だっけか？どう見てもうさんくさかったぜ。
Obviously, but yeah. But you want to find out if those rocks can actually work. Just use them. You have them. You can just use them.
それは試してみなきゃだけれど、でももしまた天神賞に行けたらみんなの魂がそこにあるんだから、今度こそ反抗の術が成功すると思うの。
篠崎。
She still had deep scars all along her arms, legs, and necks. And now she's gonna get more scars. Anyone could tell at a glance that she just recovered from a serious accident. She sounds so self-assured, so self-confident, but it was hard to take any of that seriously. This was the first time in my life I found myself tearing up over someone and not being embarrassed that I was crying. Honestly, it surprised even me how deeply I cared about Shinosaki, and how much I just didn't want to lose her. My eyes were getting hot and glazed, and I felt utterly helpless.
こんなこと誰にも話せないけど、あなたは信じてくれる、岸沼君。
Sadly, if it was me in Kishinuma's shoes, I guess I just have to say, okay, I'll go with you. Like, yeah. I just can't deny her, you know. Even though, like, it's so risky, it's such a gamble. I was at a complete loss for words. I found myself literally scratching my head, trying to come up with a good answer. This was Shinozaki, and she had to come to me for moral support, for encouragement, for peace of mind. It was really the first time she ever truly relied on me, ever truly counted on me, and that's exactly why you can't reject her. You can't deny this. It's so hard, even though you want to. I knew then what I had to do.
もうよ、あのクソ学校であんな目に遭って帰ってきたんだ。今さら何があっても驚きゃしねえよ。お前が言うんならきっとそうなんだろう。 理解はできないけどな。できないままに俺は決めたことがある。
決めたこと？
ああ。何があってもお前を守るってよ。
I was gonna say, and make sure she doesn't, like, do anything drastic, Shinozaki and I stared into each other's eyes for a moment, each of us trying to figure the other out.
心配すんな。大丈夫だ。
I don't know, I can't find the words right now. There's a way to phrase this, but I can't figure out. Very much that, though. I tried to force a smile. Shinozaki had basically curled up into a ball at this point. Her tiny body collapsed in on itself for support. But now, all of a sudden, she unfurled herself and glared at me. Glared at me. I couldn't tell if she was mad or happy or what. Her eyes were either like daggers or saucers. I couldn't really make out which. Fine, I wouldn't worry about it. Maybe she come here expecting me to actively shoot down her ideals or something. Maybe she thought she'd be alone in this. Maybe she figured out what I was up to. What you were up to. Or maybe she'd been expecting me to say exactly what I had said to her, and maybe it annoyed her? Either way, tears began to explode from her eyes. So quickly that red bags were forming under them almost instantly. Oh, so quickly that red bags were forming under them so quickly. Okay, gotta read that a lot quicker. She then turned her back to me, all with one seemingly unconscious spin of her body. Huh.
どうした篠崎。
Sometimes it's just make it shorter. I think it just sound better just that she didn't turn her back to me. I don't know. The rest of it feels so unnecessary.
昼間、私の頭、ポンポンってしたでしょ。
She seemed like she was trying her hardest not to let herself cry, though it wasn't exactly working.
あ？んなことしたか？
した。あれだけど。
She paused, seemingly waiting for me to answer. I had no idea what to say, and absolutely didn't want to say the wrong thing, so I just stood there like a dolt. At this point, I guess I can't blame you, maybe.
やっぱり覚えてないなら。
Although you can at least remember, I was gonna say, so what's your point? Finally, she turned back to face me, her tears mostly dry. Still a little self-conscious about crying, though. She kept her eyes closed. A telltale frown belying her confidence. There was obviously something between the lines for me to read here. But hell if I knew what it was.
ああ。お前の持ってる石の片割れ見せてくれよ。
うん。はい。
Shinozaki removed the Ever After Stone from her pocket and placed it squarely in my hand. I positioned it next to my stone and stared intently at the two. This was a turning point. What I did next could decide our fate. I couldn't mess this up. Outside my window, I could still hear the sound of construction vehicles driving by. It was now or never. And don't forget to say the chant. In as close to one solid motion I can manage, I opened my window and chucked the two stones out into the road. What? I timed it perfectly, and my aim couldn't have been better. Another truck was just about to pass by, and the stones were immediately in his path. The sound I heard next was a satisfying crunch. It was the sound of a delicate glass-like rocks breaking into tiny pieces. I guess lesson learned after the previous episode. Yeah, don't ever let Kishinuma get those stones. Shinozaki had rushed over to the window and directly witnessed the fate of the Ever After stones. As soon as the truck drove over them, she collapsed to her knees. Damn, what did you just do?
お前を守るんだ。何をしてでも。
I couldn't even finish my sentence before Shinozaki slammed my face with incredible force. A loud smack of flesh on flesh echoed throughout the room. The side of my face was immediately in pain. I began rubbing it with my hand as I looked into Shinozaki's eyes. Her face was filled with tears and her nose was running. She was breathing so heavily, her shoulders were bobbing up and down. I knew it, yeah, you just betrayed her trust. You moron!
篠崎、聞いてく。
I know it's part for our own good, but still. She was absolutely hysterical with rage.
行かせるかよ、あんなところに。
It was my turn to turn the fire back now. I was certain I'd done the right thing.
本があるったって具体的にどこだ。一体何をするんだよ。何のプランもなしに行ってまた死ぬ思いするだけだろ。
You're an ass! Oh yeah, but exactly though, I mean, yeah, exactly. She had no plan, and that's why you're here! You're the plan! You're the planner. Leaving me with those hurtful words, Shinozaki then pushed past me and ran out of my room, crying like a child the whole way. I stood back up again, rubbing my cheek where I'd been slapped.
あほってお前。
For this piece of shit. Wow. Oh, I didn't look. I really had to look for it. Oh, it's right there. Let's just skip past it for now. There's some sort of memo pad crammed into the crack between the gate and its frame. Possibly left by a solicitor. Though I don't most solicitors have more proper pamphlets? It reads, "This is a verse from the oral tradition of our organization. The world's ninth tale. Bear the blue-green light and drown itself the corpse. The creator shall then appear within the screw that binds heaven and hell." Wait, what? I don't get this. Okay, the world's ninth. The creator shall then appear within the screw that binds heaven and hell. Is that important or anything? Like a foreshadowing or anything? Nah. Anything that may have been written beyond that is torn away. Probably not. Probably nothing. There's something over here. How come that one has something? Oh. What was that? The game just like froze and something. Is something rotting inside this mailbox? It smells awful. Hell. Alright, yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm so tired of looking for this.
無事だったんだ。トラックに踏まれたのに。
当然だろう。ただの石じゃねえんだ。
Pretty much.
あなたは。
Yeah. And in her desperation, she trusts.
よく手段を手に入れたな。論から手段、次に実践だ。進め。貪欲に貪るように邁進しろ。
But yeah, she now places her trust in this guy. Probably.
お前はもう飛べる。パンピーどもを超越する世の断りに手を突っ込むことのできる人間だ。
教えてよ。味方なの
Yumi.
篠崎
That's why you need Yoshiki around.
篠間くん。
比べてこいつはクズだ。
はあ、なんだよお前。
He remembers because of the way he trusts.
壊れなかったのかそれ。篠崎渡すんだ。
No, she's not gonna do it.
いや。
Oh boy.
ダメだ行くんじゃねえ。何度死にそうになれば気が済むんだよ。渡せ。
いや。
What?
野生犬だ。歩み、味方かと聞いたな。その通り、守るものだ。俺はお前の姉、日の絵の世話になった一番弟子、矢後浦教会のキリア・ミストだ。
Protege? Really? I don't know. I kind of doubt that.
姉ちゃんの。
いい子だ。会場のワードは覚えているな。
Are you just gonna believe everyone whenever they mention your sister?
さてと、それじゃあ実践といこうか。その石貸してみな。
Oh, that's what it's like. Wait, did that really happen every time they like connect those two pieces? They did that in the restaurant, right? That'd be weird.
俺にしっかり捕まってろよ。あとほら、お守りだ。なくすなよ。
Are you sure you're ready? You got your flashlight, right? I mean, of course she does, because it's game mechanic, but just saying.
あ、
Probably good to bring some handy tools. Like knife or scissors. Something to cut in case, you know, like hair gets in the way or something, you know. Obtain what's his name? Misuto? Misuto's charm, the Argus Cube. Argus Cube? I think that's how you say it. Look what you did, you fool. That's what happens when you betrayed her trust.
ごめん。もう心配しないで。
Ayumi, you're a fool. Well, whatever.
篠崎
Like I said, she's pretty desperate right now.
お前は正しくパンピーの道を生きてろ。
やめて。涅槃よ。死人を迎えよ。
篠崎
And here we go!
マジかよ篠崎篠崎くそなんでだよくそ
And did the worst happen? They got separated?
ここはこの匂い、この空気。天神書だわ。あれ？ミストさん、どこ？
Probably in another dimension. I don't know, wasn't there multiple layers or something? Layers.
幸せの石。ない。
Of course.
どうしよう。あれはミストさんが。そんな、あの石がないと。あの石がないと。帰れないわ。ミストさん。
Oh yeah, walkie-talkies. Something like that. Just in case something this happens.
私またこの学校に一人ぼっち。そんな。そんなことないよ。きっとどこかで合流できるわ。前だってそうだったもの。
My phone has a flashlight. Hey, it's you! You don't even have a name and yet. What's your problem?
あれ？あれ？
What?
ザクロだ。
Phantom. Like a pomegranate? What? Pomegranate?
お前ザクロ。
いらっしゃいませ。
Yeah, you just got. This is exactly why you should go alone, Ayumi. You just keep freaking out every time you're alone. Okay, no one is coming to save you. Die, kill, die, 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 die. You should just die, 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 die. Curse hate. Okay. writing that a bunch of times makes it so much scarier. Can I read that really quick? The horrible things written on the blackboards are glowing so brightly they almost seem to be blacklit. Horrible things. Even if it's Shachiko gone, the malice remains. You know, it'd be a lot nicer if they were at least written in different languages. Maybe it should be like die in English, and then die in Japanese, and then die in German, and then die in Russian, and then blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. That way, if someone who's not Japanese ever end up in this school, they know exactly what you're trying to tell them. Die. Yeah. Alright. You know, this is actually a good place to stop. But, yeah. It wasn't this dark last time. Well, that's because they came up with the flashlight. They wanted to add this new mechanic to the game. There wasn't a clock like that in here last time either. I guess things really are different now. It must be like... Nah, no, it helps Misuto has contact. I don't even know his phone number. Actually, I should leave a message for him. Oh, screw it. Let's get messages help out this. Oh! Oh! Misuto, it's Ayumi. Please call me 090XXXXXX. Good enough, I think. Now, let's see if I can find him and find him. She just placed a random candle for me. How nice. So, does that clock mean, like, different events happen at certain times, you know? Sounds dangerous. Let's check it out really quick. The clock pendulum seems to have stopped at an angle. This clock wasn't here last time, was it?
Misuto-san. 雨の降る放課後でした。
Someone's reading a book? Maybe? Oh. I can't move, but I can press X.
やっぱり人だ。
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get it. Like, why do I have to do it? That's why I don't understand. Why did I have to do that? Why did I have to press X? There should be something I can use to cross this hole. I don't have anything right now. I wonder if there's anything I can use to cross this hole. Shut up. Can I take this? I think I take this board with me. Or whatever. Anyways, yeah, I'll just end it here. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode, well, we'll be exploring the school. Yeah, we're back. Even though I never played this before. So this is actually my first time here. Even though it's changed. Looks a lot spooky. You know what? I should turn off the light. I mean the phone. It actually uses batteries. And I want to see that event again next time. Whatever, I'll just do it next time. Like, really quick, off screen. Okay, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna I'll be playing Amnesia right now. I'm gonna play Amnesia after this. I'm gonna try to play Amnesia, The Dark Descent, really quick. I'm gonna do a really quick video of that. This is really quick. It's not gonna be a Let's Play review, full Let's Play thing. It's gonna be really quick for it, just because it's Halloween. It's Halloween. I'm gonna go play Misuto. I'm gonna see how far I can get by rushing through everything, or something like that. Because I've already seen other people play the game. So how scary can it be after you see other YouTubers? So yeah, I will give that a shot. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.